Now, it's time to talk on Teleforum on Beaver County Radio. 1230 WBVP, 1460 WMBA, 99.3 FM, and beavercountyradio.com. And now, here is the host of the show, Eddie Crow.
WBVP 1460 WMBA 99.3 FM, presented by St. Barnabas. If you're on Facebook right now watching the Facebook live stream, you'll notice it's Mike didn't leave. We have people, dude, you can't talk until I get done talking because we're sharing a microphone, because we got guests.
They don't want to hear me.
Well, here's my thinking. If you're willing to stay a segment late, what's to stop you from staying till noon, and I'll go and play outside? There's events going on, and part of the event is with the Beaver County Humane Society, and that's you, my friend. So here you go.
Wait a minute. There you go. Good. All right, we got that all taken care of. Thank you, Eddie. Yeah, big events coming up, and it's all a part of the car cruise in Beaver Falls on Saturday, the 11th. And, I've been a part of the Beaver Falls Turners for a number of years, and used to be I would DJ. I was a DJ at one time, Eddie. I had darker hair, no gray, and all that stuff. So whenever I'd go down to the Turners, they had me play music during the afternoon when the members would come down, and they'd have a buffet set out, and members would come down and cool off because usually on the car cruise day, it was like 90 degrees and hot. So the members would walk along the car cruise and then come down and have a beverage and a bite to eat before they went back out on the streets for it. And that continues this year because the Turners is a very active club in Beaver Falls with a lot of new members coming in. And this year, as in years past, they have a tremendous band coming in for the night of the car cruise. Derek is here. He's the president of the Turners. Is that right?
One of the trustees.
One of the trustees. Okay. Well, I just gave me
a promotion.
Yeah, promotion. Now you're the president. One of the trustees, which there are a few down there, and you guys make the decision on what goes on at the club. Right. And as I said, it's been very active. Tell us a little bit about the Beaver Falls Turners, because some people maybe remember, those folks in our audience who remember it, when you could do gymnastics. You could sign your kids up for gymnastics and bowling down at the Turners. And it has really evolved over the years.
Yeah, we still have a lot of those events going on. I mean, we're a social club in Beaver Falls, right off H Street. Member-owned social club, great members. We have bowling leagues basically from September till the end of March. We have shuffleboard, pool leagues, very clean club, kitchens, open on a lot of our business nights. And then, we've always had bands in the past, and obviously with COVID, we had to kind of think outside of the box and try to make our members feel more comfortable. So we added last year, right before May, we added a roof onto our patio out back. And then May 1st last year, the Project Band kicked off our outside concert series, what we like to call it last year. We had 40 bands total in and out, inside and outside last year. And we kind of carried that over to this year, and then including several bike nights with McMahon's Harley Davidson. And then last year we had the Jaggers the night before the car cruise outside, pretty big turnout. And then this year, Rock Ave, Mike Thelman and Rock Ave had come to us with an idea to do this benefit for the Humane Society. So that kind of worked out really good in timing. We didn't have anything going on that night. So it's going to be a great day, and yeah. I'm glad you're here to help out with it too, Mike.
Well, yeah, and I've been employed by the Beaver County Humane Society for about the last 5 years, more recently as a part-timer at the thrift store up here on 7th Avenue. But I have been associated. Well, I've known Mike Thelman since he was cracking home runs for Little League baseball teams. And are you still doing that? Are you doing any old-timers baseball games?
I played in the Roy Hobbs League, Mike, and it was the over 50 league, and I had to give it up due to the fact that I just couldn't move the next day. But I had a lot of fun, a lot of good friends, and over the years, and it dates back to when we used to play together down 15th Street and 37th Street.
Well, he comes from a great family. Your dad was a wonderful baseball guy as well.
Well, thank you very much, Mike.
Yeah, and Mike, were you playing the drums back in those days?
I did. I started early. Actually, my brother Terry started, and I picked up when he went to school. I picked up the drumsticks, and I actually played my first live show at Duffy's out in Farm Belt.
Wow, that's taking you back a few years.
I was 15 years old. Yeah, my dad took me out in a station wagon and stayed there, and I played a country show, and it's just been a blessing to be able to play it. I'm 61 now, and just blessing to play and met some dear friends over the
Still
years.
young, you're not collecting Social Security yet, and still drumming, still be out there. The wrists are still in good shape.
Yep.
Let me give you a little background. You might not even know this, Derek, but up 37th Street Extension is where the Thelman property used to be. That's where you grew up. Yes. And their fence, around their fence on the outside of the house, it wasn't white picket fence or any of these new waterproofing fences. They had baseball bats that made the fence around the whole property. Yeah, right.
Yeah, he had some classics on there. He had from Little League bats, 28-inch. They were all wooden at that time, and they went up to 34-inch. He had some classics on there, Clemente, Robinson, Al Kaline. I remember Al Kaline because I come home late one night and bumped the Al Kaline with the van that I used to drive to bring my drums, toy my drums around with, and it was he remembered that. It was a fun night.
Yeah, what you wouldn't give to have that Clemente bat now off of the fence.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So tell us about the band and this, and we're very thankful for the effort to raise money and also food items and supplies for the Beaver County Humane Society.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the station for having us on to promote this event. We try to have it every year, and this year we're looking forward to playing down at Turner's. It's a great venue for a band to play. It's wide open, great stage, and Derek has been just great in organizing things down there as far as when bands travel in. Well, the band, getting back to the band, it's Rock Ave. The name comes from the old street in West Mayfield, going up back road West Mayfield, Rock Ave. And the band consists of Christine Ireno Paglia, she's on vocals, Steve Confer from Newcastle is on bass, Chris Clark from Beaver, he's playing guitars, and myself on drums.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Now, Christine is quite a vocalist.
She is.
I remember hearing her before, and she can really belt out the tunes.
She's a great front person too. Yeah, she's talented. That's for sure. We're fortunate to have her in the band. Yeah,
and so tell us, and Derek, you can chime in on this as well. If you're not a member of the Turners, how can you participate in this? What times does the band start?
The band's going to go live. They'll start playing at 7:30. They'll play till about 10:30. By the time the car cruise ends, people can start kind of moseying down to the Turners. They can come out to. There's two ways to get in the gate off 7th Street and one off the side of the building on 8th Street. We're basically going to have, in lieu of paying a cover to see the band, if you're a non-member, any Beaver Falls Turners members can come in for free and see any of our bands any night. But instead of paying a cover that night at each gate, we're going to have a donation bin where you can make a donation to the Humane Society in lieu of paying a cover to come in and watch Rock Ave play that night. So 7:30, they're going to go on after the car cruise is over.
Very good. And we're going to have the Beaver County Humane Society is going to have a representative down there at 11 in the morning with a table. They're going to set up.
Yeah, all day. Basically, we covered this last night when I went to the car cruise meeting last night. So if you're coming in from the New Brighton side across the bridge, they barricade off where Hamilton Tool and Beaver County Fruit Market is. So if you're coming to the Turners just to donate something, toys, food, whatever it may be, cash, you can't go through the barricade at 7th Street to go up Main Street. So you got to make that right at the Fruit Market and then come around 6th Avenue to 7th Street. Someone from the Humane Society will be in our parking lot. You can pull in the parking lot, and it just basically makes a U, comes out. Mm-hmm. So you can pull in and pull out, come in, donate all day long. And then obviously Humane Society has other ways. You can go online.
Oh yeah, you can definitely go online at any
can do that
time.
as well.
Make a donation. It's all very much appreciated. And just like the thrift store here in Beaver Falls, anything is that is donated or bought, purchased like that, benefits the animals at the Humane Society. So you're saying that when they have the blockade up down by the fruit market, that even if I throw the guy in front of the blockade, a bag of kibble or something like that, he's not going to let me go through. I still have to go down on 6th.
Unfortunately, yeah, it's any classic cars, they're allowing those guys to go up so they can continue on Main Street. But you got to make the right-hand turn right there at the fruit market and come around 6th Avenue, one street over, and then come right down 7th Street, pull right into our parking lot. And members of the Humane Society will be there all day from 11 to 6, doing accepting donations from anybody just wanting to drop off. So feel free to load up your truck full of food and items for these guys, and they'll gladly take them from you.
Yeah, really appreciate it. And Mike, why has the Humane Society been so important to you? Because you think of us often when your band's out playing somewhere and saying, let's do something for the Humane Society.
Oh, Mike, it's, you know what? Most of us are pet owners, and the band come up with a couple ideas. Actually, my wife, Pam, brought it up a few years ago when we was playing, and she said what would be a nice cause would be to have something for the Humane Society. Mm-hmm. And it fell in the line and everything like that. So it's snowballed into a great event for us, year after year. Now, last year, COVID was tough and everything like that, having an event, but this year down at the Turners, we're looking for a great turnout, and we're gonna have raffles and giveaways throughout the night for the show, and gift certificates. Anybody that makes a donation to the Humane Society will receive a ticket, and then at the end of the night, whoever wants to adopt an animal, cat, whatever, dog, the band is willing to split the cost of that adoption. Wow. So we're gonna, after the paperwork goes through and everything at the Humane Society, we'll definitely split the cost.
That's wonderful, because there are a lot of animals, dogs, cats, we have birds, rabbits that need adopted at the Humane Society. So that's a generous offer, and we really appreciate that. Yeah.
We're happy to do it, Mike.
Those animals need a good home. Rock Avenue is the name of your band. What kind of music do you play?
We play, we're a classic rock cover band, and we do anything from 60s, 70s, 80s, some modern day rock and everything like that. But it's all cover, and naturally, with Christine being in the band, we do some Janis Joplin and some old Aerosmith. We do a Led Zeppelin medley, and it's we try to touch base where some of them old classic songs that the people were listening to us say, hey, I remember that song. I remember some old Bad Company.
Yeah. And Derek is the parking lot. Now it's remarkable, because when I'm from Beaver Falls, so I don't think I'm saying anything out of school when I say the Black Elks, because Beaver Falls had 2 elks. So and the one down at the end of town, 6th Street there, it was known as the Black Elks in Beaver Falls. That's what people used to know. Now, it burned a few years ago, and the Turners was able to purchase that property, and you made it into your parking lot out there. So when people come on Saturday night, or any night that you have band night down there, what are they going to find? Is there going to be seating? Do they have to bring their own lawn chairs?
I mean, if people want to bring their own lawn chairs, that's fine. We have plenty of seating. That space that you're speaking of, Mike, is a very large space in between 2 buildings, which really kind of helps keep the sound traveling. But, we packed last year for one of the car cruises. The band from Nashville came through. We had 750 people back there, so we had plenty of room for people to spread out. Bled out onto the street as well. But there's definitely plenty of room to spread out. If you feel like you want to bring a comfortable lawn chair to relax in, you can definitely bring that. But we have plenty of seating and table, outside bar. And then obviously we have the venue inside that people can go in and grab drinks inside as well.
Yeah, I know you have an affiliation as well with McMahon Cycles across the street, and not only that, but they bought the old Dollar General store down there. So not only can you have overflow parking and people coming to see the bands in your lot, when they flow over, they're going over into McMahon's.
Right. Yep. And then also too, if you're coming just for the band that night, if the main street is still kind of bogged down with cars coming and going, McMahon's does allow people to park in that lot right behind our building. So if you can't park on Main Street, you definitely can park in the old Dollar General spot where McMahon's used cycles are.
All right, so bring your hot rod down there
Absolutely.
after you're done parking it on 7th Avenue. Again, it's at the Beaver Falls Turners this Saturday, all day long. How do people become a member if they'd like to join?
If you're already got someone who's a member at the club, you can come down and fill out the application. Then you'll get voted in on our next meeting, monthly meeting, and then you're in. It's $25 to be a member. And it's a great organization. We've got a lot of new members since we've been doing all these band night stuff outside. So a lot of people come and see what a nice, clean venue we have. So we're growing as we speak. So that's good.
Band night, bowling, cheap drinks.
Yeah, absolutely. All of the above.
Yeah, that's good. And the
Fun
band
nights.
Rock Avenue performing at 7:30 down at the Turners in Beaver Falls during Car Cruise. Thank you both for being in here, and thank you for helping the Beaver County Humane Society. We really appreciate that. Eddie, back to you. You old pet lover, you.
Swing it over here. That was probably the most uplifting half hour of the show. So, gentlemen, I very much appreciate that.
Thanks,
yes.
Dave.
Yeah, I'll post pictures of my cats and really weird people out.